What challenges you most in your life right now? When you think of your spiritual life, your life as a Christian in today's world, where do you find your biggest obstacles? What challenges do you struggle with around your values, attitudes, and the decisions you make about your life? Challenging questions are laced throughout the Bible, but nowhere are they more visible, perhaps, than in the Gospel of Luke. This week, as we continue our Back to Basics series, Luke's Portrait of Jesus, we turn our attention to a collection of the teachings of Jesus that doesn't get as much attention as the parallel in Matthew. We've all heard about Matthew's account of the Sermon on the Mount, and perhaps we've even memorized the Beatitudes. Well, there was a version of that in Luke that was preached on a flat, open place, so it's called the Sermon on the Plain. This week, we'll be examining this somewhat parallel message and the special challenges to us that are tucked within that message. These words of Jesus in Luke can be extremely challenging. You know, sometimes it's much easier for us to talk about Jesus than it is to really pay heed to Jesus' words and put them into practice in our lives. This reminds me of a somewhat edgy but humorous account by Fred Craddock, arguably one of the foremost preachers and scholars of our day. When told by someone, "I believe in the Bible," Craddock would reply, "Well, do you tithe?" And then someone would say to him, "I follow a literal interpretation of the Bible." And Craddock would say, "So you're going to give away everything you have to the poor and follow Jesus?" There would then be a pause, and the person would respond something like, "Well, I don't mean that part." Well, the fact is, the teachings of Jesus do challenge us, and they stretch us, often beyond our comfort zone. We want to follow Jesus, but if we're honest, we find ourselves saying, "Well, not that part." In both the Sermon on the Mount and the Sermon on the Plain, we're challenged to take a good long look at our lives, our decisions, our values, and our day-to-day choices, and see where we can do better to more closely follow the teachings of Jesus in our time. I look forward to exploring the words and specific challenges of the Sermon on the Plain with you, and what we can do to meet the basics of these challenges today, this Sunday in the sanctuary.